Since 1966, Indonesia has entered the new order era under the leadership of Suharto, focusing on political stability and economic development. However, behind this progress, democracy evolved in controlled manner. The government limited the role of political parties, increased press freedom, and narrowed the space for opposition. Over time, signs of awakening democracy become increasingly evident. Golkar dominated the political stage, while freedom of expression was the extent. Criticism of the government often best pressure. Meanwhile, practices of corruption, collusion, and nepotism development systematically widen the circle of power.
This was tempered by the military's dual function, which allowed the military to be involved not only in security but also in governance and politics. As a result, democracy during the new order was more formal than substantive. Power was centralized, public participation was limited, and government accountability weakened, eventually leading to the emergence of the reform movement.
The Asian financial crisis of 97 and 98 had a massive impact on Indonesia's economy. It was triggered by the fluctuation of currency values across Asia, which destabilized the national economy. The rupiah depreciated sharply against the US dollar, increasing the burden of debt, especially for companies with foreign loans. As a result, prices of necessities soared due to expansive import and disrupted domestic production, leading to a decline in people purchasing power. At the same time, many companies went bankrupt due to economic pressure, high interest rates, and mounting debts. The caused mass layoff and rising unemployment. Overall, the crisis not only weakened the economy but also worsened Indonesia's social condition.
The wave of student and public protests became a turning point in Indonesian history. This action emerged from dissatisfaction with the economic crisis, social inequality, and the widespread practice of KKN that damaged national life. Students, together with the people, took to the streets with clear demands: step down Suharto, eliminated KKN, and implement political reform. These demonstrations were not merely political action but a form of resistance against a corrupt and unjust system.
Corruption was seen as a serious threat that weakened the economy, damaged morality, and encouraged inequality. Therefore, the reform movement demanded not only a change in leadership but also systematic transformation toward a more transparent, just, and democratic government.
The Trisakti tragedy was a crucial event that became the main trigger for the rise of the reform movement. It occurred on May 12, 1998 at Trisakti University in West Jakarta. when Sudan held a demonstration demanding change amid the economic and political crisis since 1997. Initially, the protest was visible as a way to express aspiration. However, the situation escalated when the security force attempted to disperse the crowd. During the incident, gunfire resulted in the death of 4 students and injuries to several others, sparking widespread grief and public outrage. This tragedy became a turning point that intensified protests across various cities in Indonesia. It strengthened the demand for reform and played a key role in heralding the fall of the new order.
The May 1998 riots were a series of social unrest events that occurred after the Trisakti tragedy. They took place from May 13 to 15, 1998 in the major cities. Especially Jakarta, the riots were triggered by a prolonged economic crisis and the growing public dissatisfaction with the government. This event involved widespread violence, including looting, arson, and destruction of public facilities. The riot causes massive material and social losses and reflected serious human rights violations. This situation further destabilized the country and increased pressure on the government to implement political change, ultimately accelerating the transition to the reform era.
Suharto resignation on May 21, 1998 was the result of accumulating pressure from various sectors amid a worsening national crisis. The economic crisis led to collapse of the rupiah, rising price, unemployment, and poverty, causing widespread dissatisfaction. Student movement became a major driving force, evolving into massive demonstration demanding total reform and the end of KKN. Political pressure also came from elites, including the parliament leadership, who argued Suharto to step down. Support from within the government weakened, marked by the resignation of several ministers. In a political isolation condition, Suharto officially resigned at the Merdeka Palace. According to the Constitution, power was transferred to Vice President B.J. Habibie. This marked the end of the new order and the beginning of the reform era.
The reform era began after Suharto's resignation and the appointment of B.J. Habibie as president. This period marked a major shift toward a more democratic political system. Press freedom significantly improved with the abolition of restrictive regulation. Political reforms allowed the establishment of multiple parties and increased public participation. Additionally, human rights protection were strengthened. President terms were limited and the military dual function was abolished. This reform laid the foundation for a more transparent and democratic Indonesia.
The reform era began after Suharto's resignation and the appointment of B.J. Habibie as president. This period marked a major shift toward a more democratic political system. Press freedom significantly improved with the abolition of restriction regulation. Political reforms allowed the establishment of the multiple parties and increased public participation. Additionally, human rights protection were strengthened, presidential terms were limited, and the military dual vacancy was abolished. These reforms laid the foundation for a more transparent and democratic Indonesia. The reform era introduced a more open and inclusive democracy. Freedom of expression expanded, and political participation increased significantly. However, new challenges also emerged, such as political instability, regional conflicts, and the rise of the industry political decentralization allowed the region and greater autonomy, but also created the potential tension between a central and the local government. Despite this challenge, reform marked a significant tension towards democracy and government.